guys, but there's no stat that is as glaring as the turnovers, 26 for you guys. What do you feel attributed to that?
I mean, I thought, they were extremely aggressive. They put a ton of pressure on us. And I don't think, for the most part, we responded as we needed to. It wasn't tricky. It was pretty simple what was going on. So I thought we didn't respond well enough to the pressure.
And how was your team different when Darius left the game?
I mean, Darius is a heck of a playmaker. He's a guy that teams have to worry about as far as scoring and also making his teammates better. So, it's like he was one of our primary ball handlers and playmakers. And without him in the game, it just became a little more difficult. And they were able to obviously focus on Colin and send multiple bodies to him. So I think we missed Darius a lot down the stretch.
You mentioned just the different bodies that were thrown at Colin Sexton in the second half. He actually finished the first half with a double-double, but he didn't get an assist in the second half. Was there something different that you were seeing in his game offensively as well?
No, I mean, I think, Colin was aggressive. He was attack-minded. I thought he did a really good job tonight. Again, he's got to take what's there for him. And he had the opportunities to take shots in that second half, and I thought he made the right play most of the time.
Kelsey
Russo, The Athletic. JB, you had 29 assists on 43 made shots. So I guess when you're working through the turnovers as well, what's the balance between making those decisions to make those passes when a team is being as aggressive as the Pacers were against you guys in that scenario?
I think it's about being sure and certain with the plays you're making. There's certain turnovers that you live with, but when the other team takes the ball from you, or you pass it into a deflected hand, like those are the plays that that break you down. And a lot of those for us were happening at the top of the floor. So then they were able to get out in a transition, and I think you see that the 35 points off of our turnovers. It's hard to survive that.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. JB, considering the message before the game about finishing strong, going into the All-Star break, just how tough is this particular loss, given that you guys were ahead for a majority of it?
I think we did a lot of good things, Chris. I think we carried over a lot of the positives that we had built to this point. It wasn't our effort. It wasn't our selflessness. We did a lot of the good things. Our turnovers ended up biting us in the butt, but, I think we can see a lot of really positive things that carried over from, the past 5 or 6 games that we did really, really well tonight. And again, at the end of the day, it's one stat that really let us down, and that was the turnovers. But I thought we did a lot of really positive things.
How surprised were you that you were leading at halftime, given all of those mistakes that you guys had in the first half?
We talked about it as a staff. It was, pretty shocking that we were up by 10, but we were making shots. And, when you make shots, it always gives you an opportunity to have an advantage. But again, it's hard. We had 19 turnovers, I think, in the first half. It's hard to continue that and to survive.
Marla
Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. Yeah, JB, does it almost illustrate how good of chemistry you've developed with your starting unit when you didn't play so well when you lost Darius?
Yeah, I mean, it's, people have been comfortable in their roles. So when now one of those guys goes out, mid-game, other people have to step up and step in. And you don't have that chemistry. You don't have that rhythm. So, I thought our guys, again, continued to fight. We put ourselves in a position, just didn't make enough plays down the stretch.
And seeing McConnell get a triple, an assist and, steals, triple, double, how bizarre was that?
He earned it. I'll give him that. I mean, that's who he is all the time. Obviously, the triple doubles, aren't, when the steals and the assists points for him, but he's a pest all the time. He is a supreme competitor all the time. He backs down from nobody. He pressures everybody. And we allowed him to have that impact, but he did a phenomenal job tonight.
Thank you.
We'll do two more, Tom and then Nathan. Tom, go ahead.
Thanks, Alyssa. Hey, JB, with a guy like TJ, when he's getting up and into guys like that, what is your message to your guards when he's being such a pest?
I mean, you have to be patient and you have to be physical. You have to put your body on him in order to get him off of you and get open. You have to create those leads so that you can receive the ball and not let him be the aggressor. And I thought, tonight he did a good job of, moving himself in position where we weren't holding him off and he was able to get those steals on passes.
Thank you, sir.
All right, last one, Nathan, go ahead.
Nathan Addison, BSO.com. Coach, when you look at players like Dean Wade, given that he went off tonight, pretty much being efficient, how do you assess his play in terms of him on the offensive end?
I thought Dean was outstanding for us. You talk about that lead that we built in the first half. He was 4 for 4 from three. He had a huge part to play in that. He did a good job, being physical in the interior, putting bodies on people, coming up with boards. I think